Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. This application is a one-stop solution for all the students who are preparing for government exams. This application is valid just for the Android users. Once you have downloaded the application, you can go and log in through your Gmail ID, and once you have logged in, you will be moved on to this page where you can see the various courses that are offered by us. To avail this course, you can use a code that is CRACK10 to get an additional 10% discount on the purchase you make. If we talk about the course, why this course is so important, how you will be benefiting through this course. If you see, we provide current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis, as well as monthly basis. On daily basis, we will be providing you with PDFs of the content of that particular day. Apart from this, you will be getting a quiz on your application that will be of 20 questions quiz on daily basis that will help you in boosting your preparation. Apart from that, on weekly, you will be getting a 50 questions quiz for your preparation, as well as if you see, you will also get a PDF that will contain all the important compiled news, current affairs of that particular week. And similarly, for monthly, you will be getting a top 100 questions PDF of that whole month. That is very important PDF and will be covering the most important news of that particular month. Alright, apart from this, we also cover banking awareness. All the banking aspirants, those who are preparing for bank exams, will absolutely love our course because we cover almost 99.99% of the syllabus of your bank exams. Here you will see we will also provide with quizzes as well as the PDFs. Apart from this, if you see the topic wise, for example, there are multiple questions that are related to obituary, important days, who won which event, who was awarded with which award. So all these topics that are related to your GS also or GK, such as apps and web portals, these are the current affairs that are important days, your books and authors, the new applications that were launched, new government schemes that were launched by the government, or your international affairs or your national affairs. All these topics, there are 20 such topics of which we are providing the PDF, as well as we teach on YouTube, where you can go and check our channel and you will be surprised that the content that we are providing is absolutely amazing. Alright, so this will be helping you to boost your preparation in the long term. This YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe to our channel, that is your Affairscloud, that will help you for your revision purpose also. Apart from this, we cover the state current affairs also. Here you can see the current affairs and all these content that we provide you that are bilingual. That means we provide you in English as well as both in Hindi also. Alright, so all the students who are from the Hindi language will also be benefited through our course. Also friends, you can purchase our course for 2 years. Alright, also for 1 year. If the students have exam or they are planning for the long term and they want to study for 2 years and they are expecting to give exam after 1 year, then they can opt for 2 years. As well as if the student is planning to give exam next year, then they can go for the 1 year course also. So these are the two types of courses that are available by us. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue. So friends, in today's video, we will be discussing important government schemes of April month. The session will be very important and useful for you. So do pay attention till the end, and I'll suggest you to make notes. Then if we talk about the first topic, it is your Pradhanmantri Mudra Yojna. Recently, remember, India saw the 7th anniversary of Pradhanmantri Mudra Yojna that was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the year 2015. What is this Mudra Yojna? Remember, Mudra is basically loan. So in order to provide loans of up to 10 lakh rupees to small businessmen, this scheme was launched. I repeat, in order to provide loans of up to what amount? To 10 lakh rupees, This scheme, Pradhanmantri Mudra Yojna, was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the month of April in 2015. Alright, these loans will be provided by, say, for example, commercial banks, by small finance banks, by your microfinance institution, and non-banking financial companies will be providing these loans. There are three types of loans. Shishu loan is of up to 550,000, Kishore loan is of up to 50,000 to 5 lakh rupees, and Tarun loan is up to 5 lakh to 10 lakh rupees. Then remember the things or the ways this question can be asked from this topic. First, they will be asking you which anniversary was celebrated. It was the 7th anniversary that was celebrated of Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojna. Then they will be asking you what is the full form of Mudra here. Mudra stands for Micro Units Development and Refinance Agency. Very important. So you should know the full form of Mudra. Third way the question can be asked that what is the limit of the amount that is to be provided as loans. So 10 lakh rupees, max of max 10 lakh rupees. Then next thing, when was this launched? This scheme was launched on in the year 2015, and it was on 8th of April 2015, launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Another thing, this scheme is a central government scheme that is to fund the unfunded. Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojna stands for social justice in action and embodies the true spirit of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Next, we are talking about Stand Up Scheme. What was Stand Up India Scheme? And recently, remember, Stand Up India Scheme has completed a total of 6 years. But what is this Stand Up India Scheme? Stand Up India Scheme was launched to promote entrepreneurship at the grassroots level. I repeat, in order to promote entrepreneurship at the grassroots level of economic empowerment and job creation, more number of entrepreneurs will be there. What is the job? Then they will create a company, then that company will be creating jobs for various individuals. So in order to promote entrepreneurship at the grassroots level, this Stand Up India scheme was launched, and recently it has completed how many years? It has completed total of 6 years this time in the year 2022. Over 30,160 crore loan has been sanctioned to more than 1,34,000 account holders. Alright, that means 30,160 crore rupees loan has been transferred to more than 1,34,000 Indians under this scheme in the past 6 years. Then remember, this Stand Up India scheme has been extended till what year? It has been extended till the year 2025. Next, tell me which is the first district of India to cover 100% households under Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojna Sehat scheme. It is your Samba district of Union Territory Jammu and Kashmir. But what is this Sehat scheme? First of all, we will see that. The main aim of this Sehat scheme is to extend health insurance coverage to all the residents of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Then you need to remember that this Sehat scheme was launched for the entire Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir on 26th of December 2020. And you should know then the full form of this Sehat, that is Social Endeavor for Health and Telemedicines scheme. This was the Sehat scheme specifically launched for the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir in 2020. Alright, and the aim is to extend health insurance coverage to all the residents of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, and which is the first district of Jammu and Kashmir that has covered 100% households under this Sehat scheme. It is your Samba district. Alright, and then the full form is also important. Next we are talking about an awareness mascot, that is Prakriti. I repeat, recently, Union Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav has launched an awareness mascot by the name Prakriti, that is Green Initiative for Effective Plastic Waste Management. If we talk about this mascot, the aim of this mascot is to spread awareness among masses about the small changes that can be sustainably adopted in the lifestyle for a better environment. I repeat, what was this Prakriti mascot? This was launched by whom? It was launched by our Union Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav, and it was a green initiative for the effective plastic waste management. This was the green initiative on plastic that are taken by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and the Central Pollution Control Board to ensure effective plastic waste management in India. Coming back, for why? What was the reason of this Prakriti mascot? As I told you, it was a green initiative for effective plastic waste management in order to make sure that plastic waste is not created everywhere. We know that even on the roadside now the plastic waste is, and plastic is a huge problem. Why? Because it is a non-biodegradable substance. That means it won't be biodegradable itself. Another thing, then Prakriti. This means nature. In Hindi, Prakriti is nature. This is an awareness mascot and green initiative on plastic. Highly important. I am saying this again and again. Why? Because you should remember, if it is asked that Prakriti is related to what, it is related to creating awareness for the green initiative on plastic. All right. Next, remember, Manipur government has signed with Samsung and Abhitech to set up a sports digital experience center in Imphal. Important question. I repeat. Recently, Manipur government has signed with which organization? Samsung as well as Abhitech to develop sports digital experience center in Imphal. The question will be direct and they will be asking you the name of the place where this sports digital experience has been set up. It is in Imphal. And which is the capital of Manipur? Manipur's capital is Imphal. So remember, it was in Imphal, that is the capital of Manipur, where the sports digital experience center has been set up with the help of Samsung and Abhitech. Next remember, Nanjarayan tank. It became the 17th bird sanctuary of Tamil Nadu. I repeat, Nanjarayan tank has become the 7th bird sanctuary of Tamil Nadu state. Alright. Next we will be talking about India's first dairy community radio that was launched by the name Doodh Vani. I repeat, in order to help all the persons, all the population that is related to animal husbandry, this scheme, that is India, this radio, that is India's first dairy community radio, was launched by Narendra Modi, who is the Prime Minister of India, and the name of this scheme was Doodh Vani. On this radio, on this community radio, all the information that is related to your animal husbandry, all the information related to how you can prevent disease, how can you keep the kettles in better shape, how can you produce more milk, or what are the things you should avoid, all this information will be provided on this dairy community radio, and it is India's first dairy community radio by the name Doodh Vani. This is very important topic, all right, and I want you all to remember this. This is very important. Next, we will be talking about IOC, that is your Indian Oil Corporation, has rolled out a M15 petrol. What is this M15? Here M stands for methanol and 15 stands for 15%. That means recently IOC has rolled out M15 petrol, that is 15% blend of methanol with petrol, that is has been launched on pilot basis. Pilot basis means on trial basis. So recently Indian Oil Corporation has rolled out M15 petrol, that is a methanol blended petrol on pilot basis, and the location where this was launched is important. It was launched in Assam. Highly important. If you remember regarding Assam, Jorhat. What was Jorhat? Here first pure green hydrogen making plant was set up in Jorhat, and it was set up by oil, that is Oil India Corporation set up this plant. Next we are talking about ISRO has signed an MOU with Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. The reason was that ISRO wants their technical staff to have the updated knowledge of new skills of the upcoming technologies. They are such as machine learning, artificial intelligence, all right, blockchain, all these upcoming technologies. To have the knowledge of all these upcoming technologies to the ISRO technical staff, they have launched an ISRO technical training program, and they have signed an MOU with whom? They have signed an MOU with Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. All right, I repeat, in order to upskill the technical staff at the Department of Space in ISRO, it will be valid for a period of 5 years. We are talking about a program that is ISRO Technical Training Program. I repeat, what is the basic aim and objective of this program is to upskill or to provide the technical staff with the updated knowledge. That means for the upcoming technologies, they should be aware of the upcoming technologies. They should they should know that what is the technology that is running in the market, and what is the technology that we should use, or the future technology that we should use to make our project more advanced. All right, this was launched by ISRO with a MOU with Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Next we are talking about Dhakad. What is Dhakad? Dhakad is an official mascot of Khelo India Youth Games. I repeat, recently Anurag Thakur, who is our Union Sports Minister, has launched a mascot for the Khelo India Youth Games. If we are talking about Khelo India Youth Games, remember fourth edition of this Khelo India Youth Games will be held in Panchkula. It will be held in Panchkula, Haryana. The fourth edition of this will be held in Panchkula, Haryana. This is not 2021. Remember, they will be held this year in 2022 and where in Panchkula, Haryana. Highly important. So question can be asked, who launched the mascot? It was launched by Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur and the name of this mascot is Dhakad. Haryana is set to host the 4th edition of Khelo India Youth Games from 4th of June to 13th of June in Panchkula, Haryana. The games are being organized jointly by Haryana government, the Union of Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports Authority of India are organizing this event. Next now we are talking about Khelo India University Games. Alright, I repeat, earlier we were talking about Khelo India Youth Games. Now we are talking about Khelo India University Games. Which university has topped the Khelo India University Games? It is your Jain University that has emerged as the overall champion for the Khelo India University Games. This Khelo India University Games took place from 24 to 3rd of May 2022. It was the second edition of Khelo India University Games and the location was Karnataka where this Khelo India University Games, second edition of this Khelo India University Games took place. Moving on. Now, what is the mascot of Khelo India University Games? It was Veera. I repeat, if question asked what is the logo or mascot of Khelo India University Games, it was Veera. And if asked what is the mascot of Khelo India Youth Games, it is Dhakad. So two different events, two different mascots. Next we are talking about India's first flow chemistry technology hub. I repeat, where was India's first flow chemistry technology hub set up? It was set up in Hyderabad. Highly important. Next question. India's first tribal health observatory was set up in Odisha. What was the reason for setting up this tribal health observatory in Odisha? The reason was to keep a track of all the health related data of the tribal people. I repeat, in order to keep a data of the health records of all the tribal people in Odisha, this scheme Tribal Health Observatory was launched, or this first observatory was launched in India and it was launched in Odisha and it is specifically for keeping the health records of all the tribal people. Next we are talking about PMUY, Pradhanmantri Ujjwala Yojna. What was this scheme? This scheme was launched by Government of India to provide LPG connection to every household. Now, if I ask you a question related to this, that Pradhanmantri Ujjwala Yojna, alright, that is to provide LPG connections to every household. So tell me, which state became the first LPG enabled and smoke free Indian state? I repeat, first LPG enabled and smoke free village or smoke free Indian state. That was the first state we are talking about. Can you tell me the answer? It is Himachal Pradesh became the first LPG enabled and smoke free village of India with the help of this Pradhanmantri Ujjwala Yojna. Now next question. Midday meal. If you remember, midday meal scheme was to provide free food to the schools in various government schools. Alright. This midday meal scheme was renamed to what? First question. It was renamed to PM Poshan Scheme. What is PM Poshan Scheme now? Earlier it was known as National Program for Midday Meal Scheme. Alright. You should remember what was the new name of midday meal scheme. It is PM Poshan Scheme. Now if question asked, recently in order to enhance PM Poshan Scheme, which two organization has recently partnered together? That is WFP and your TAPF. But sir, what is this WFP? It is your World Food Program, that is a department of United Nations, and TAPF is your the Akshay Patra Foundation. I repeat, World Food Program and the Akshay Patra Foundation has recently partnered together in order to enhance your PM Poshan Scheme that was earlier known as Midday Meal Scheme. The partnership aims to enhance food security and hygiene projects, capacity building of cooks cum helpers and nutritional quality of schools. Next, if I ask you, recently Punora Dham has been included by the Ministry of Tourism under which scheme? This Punara Dham was included under the Prasad scheme. What is this Prasad scheme? This Prasad scheme is your pilgrimage, reservation and spiritual heritage augmentation drive. This Prasad scheme is basically to increase tourism in the religious places of India. I repeat, Prasad scheme is basically to increase tourism in the religious places of India. This Punara Dham was recently included into this Prasad scheme by the Ministry of Tourism. Remember this very important question. Next, if I asked, recently Pradhanmantri Kisan Sampada Yojna has been extended till what year? Pradhanmantri Kisan Sampada Yojna has been extended till what year? This has been extended for another 5 years. Highly important question. And if asked till what year? Till fiscal year 2026, this scheme has been extended. All right. This scheme was launched. Why? This scheme, that is your Pradhan Mantri Sampada Yojna, was launched for agro-marine processing and development of agro-processing clusters. That is your Sampada. That is your Sampada. Now asked, what is Sampada? Sampada is your scheme for agro-marine processing and development of agro-processing that was launched by the Government of India in the year 2017 with an allocation of around 6,000 crore rupees. Alright, so Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojna has been extended for another 5 years till the year fiscal year 2026, and this was launched in the year 2017. Next scheme we are talking about is your Smile. What is Smile? Smile was a scheme that was launched by Dr. Virendra Kumar, who is the Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment. Dr. Virendra Kumar launched this central sponsored scheme, that is Smile, and it stands for Support for Marginal Individuals for Livelihood Enterprise. I repeat, what is the full form of Smile? Smile stands for Support for Marginalized Individuals for Livelihood and Enterprise. That means the people, or you can say the transgenders who are engaged in the act of begging, to provide them a better life, to provide them a better quality of life by providing them education, providing them shelters, providing them food to eat, providing them scholarship for their education. This scheme was basically targeting the transgender community and helping those who are engaged into the act of begging. So remember, Smile is directly related to the transgender community who are engaged into the act of begging, and to provide them a better life, this scheme Smile was launched. All right. Next is your, we will be talking about Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0. But before this, let's talk about Swachh Bharat Mission Urban, the first edition of which that was launched in the year 2014. I repeat, the first phase of this Swachh Bharat Urban was launched in the year 2014. The key objective of this was to achieve 100% open defecation free status, 100% scientific solid waste management, and changes the behavior in Jan Andolan in all the statutory towns by the 2nd October 2019. This was launched with an aim of Mahatma Gandhi's vision of Swachh Bharat, that is Clean India, and it was launched on 2nd of October 2014. Swachh Bharat Mission Urban. Now the second phase of this Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0 has been launched. This Swachh Bharat Urban Mission has been now extended for another 5 years. It was completed on 1st of October 2021, and now it has been extended to another 5 years, that is till 1st of October 2026 as a Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0. What is the aim of this second version? The aim is to make cities garbage free. To make cities garbage free. This is the aim of the second version of the Swachh Bharat Mission that has been extended for another 5 years from 1st of October 2021 to 1st of October 2026. Highly important. If we talk about some of the focuses or the objective of the second version is to make the urban India garbage free, to sustain the open defecation status. Next we are talking about, tell me the name of the state that has stopped under the Saubhagya scheme. What is Saubhagya scheme? First of all, the aim of this Saubhagya scheme is to achieve universal household electrification by providing last mile grid connectivity and electricity connection to all the households in rural and all poor households in the urban area. So this was your Saubhagya scheme. So which state has stopped under Saubhagya scheme? It is your Rajasthan that has topped under the Saubhagya scheme. Next, if asked what is RUSA, what does RUSA stands for? RUSA is your Rashtriya Uchchar Shiksha Abhiyan. This RUSA scheme has been extended till 31st of March 2016. I repeat, this RUSA scheme has been extended till 31st of March 2016 and it is Rashtriya Uchchar Shiksha Abhiyan scheme. The new phase of this scheme has been designed to implement some of the recommendations of the new education policy. When was NEP released? Recently it was released in 2020. This was the first edition of this NEP was released in 1968. Then it was second edition of this was released in 1986. This is of the most important one. Then in the year 1992 it was this second policy was just edited. If asked when was your national curriculum framework released, it was released in the year 2015. Next if I ask you recently PM Kisan, what is PM Kisan? That is Pradhanmantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. This scheme has recently celebrated or this is completed which anniversary? It was the third anniversary of the Pradhan Mantri, that is your PM Kisan scheme, that stands for Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. This scheme was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in UP on 24th of Feb 2014. Under this scheme, farmers will receive an annual amount of 6,000 rupees in 3 equal amounts of 2,000 each in a year. Alright, they will be getting this amount directly into their bank account. Next if question asked to you, tell me, recently, Meri policy, Mere Haath. This insurance, that is this crop insurance scheme was launched in which state? It was launched in Madhya Pradesh. I repeat, Meri policy, Mere Haath. This was a crop insurance scheme that was launched in Madhya Pradesh and it was a doorstep crop insurance scheme. Alright, this was launched under Pradhan Mantri Fiscal Bima Yojna. Also remember, if we are talking about Prime Minister Pradhan Mantri Fiscal Bima Yojna, it has completed how many years? It has completed 7 years, a total of 7 years. Next, which ministry launched Donate a Pension Scheme? Donate a Pension Scheme. This Donate a Pension Scheme was launched under which ministry? Remember, Labor Ministry launched this Donate a Pension Scheme. What was the reason of this Donate a Pension Scheme? This was an initiative to help the people or to help the laborers, to help the workers in your house to provide them a pension. Contribute a very small amount of your income and help those people to fund their income. This was your Donate a Pension Scheme launched by Labor Ministry. Then one more scheme was there, Amma Yojna. Amma, or you can get double AMA, Amma Yojna, not Amma Yojna, and your Bahini scheme. First of all, tell me, where was this Amma Yojna and Bahini scheme launched? They were launched in the state of Sikkim. These schemes aims to inculcate the habit of saving money. Alright, I repeat, this scheme aims to create awareness about the habit of saving money among the non-working mothers in the state. Alright, that means in the state of Sikkim, in order to create awareness about saving money to the non-working mothers, this scheme was launched and hence the government will provide them 20,000 each in their bank accounts annually. So that was your Amma Yojna and Bahini scheme of Sikkim. So friends, that's the end of our session. I hope you have gained some interesting information today and this information will be very helpful for you in the upcoming exams. So do like the video, subscribe and also share the link of this video with your friends. And if you want us to continue with such sessions, all you have to do is comment below. The value of your comment is very much. Thank you. In the end, friends, If you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.